Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I am Mike, and we've got another Scream update. An official update from an official Scream source that officially gives us a fraction of hope, officially, that Stu is alive. Now I know that pisses some of you off and makes you just want to say, "You Mike, you piece of I hope you die." Well, that's rude. And I am offended. And I can't curse in the first minute of the video because it'll get demonetized. But let me tell you this, partner. I don't care. I'll scream it from the mountaintops. Those who know me know I've always wanted Stu to come back eventually. I do not think he will be in part 7. It's part 6. I think he's going to show up in part 7. He's going to be running the whole thing. You're saying, but Mike, how'd that happen? I made a whole video about it. It was a pitch for part 6 originally, but as things came on and flowed themselves out, I think it makes a lot more sense that the killer gets away in 6, and Sydney's not going to be in the movie. Now that we know that, the killer gets away in 6. Both Sydney comes back in 7, after so many of these people are killed in 6. And then in 7, Stu reveals that not only was he in this fucking movie, but he's been running the shit in part 5. But we'll get to exactly how and why. You just calm your titties for a second, all right? The Scream official account released this picture. A new Scream poster, I guess just more of just like a marketing thing. Rather, I would call it an official poster. But nice piece of artwork here. Real nice. Got it at Target. But if you look a little bit closer, come a little closer and you'll see Stu Macher is alive. Check it out right there. All these fucking dead people have white dots up until you get to Mrs. Kirby Reed. It used to be white, but now it is a red X, and it says closed. Because she's alive. She's back. She's back in Scream 6, and we know that she's been cast. Hayden Panettiere's been cast. So that makes sense that hers would say closed. As you scoot up here a little bit, the only person you get on this list who's actually alive is Sam Carpenter, and all roads kind of lead back to Sam Carpenter, because she's the tie-in, right? She was, everybody said she's going to be the new Sydney in Scream 5. It all makes sense, unless there's more to it than that. But it just kind of makes sense to me that it all leads back to her because she's Billy Loomis's daughter, and she's still alive from 5, so it all tracks back to her in some way. But she's got a big old fat white one as the only alive one. But let's scoot on over here to the left now, and you'll see that the only other difference from all these people, all the way from Kenny, the camera operator, to Olivia, who got her intestines ripped out, you'll see Stu Macher has a little pink dot right there. You see that little guy? Yeah, feels nice, don't it? Now, in our last Scream Update video, we talked about how Kevin Williamson came out and said, oh yeah, no, Stu died. He was dead. And we talked about how that sounded like cockamamie bullshit because he's been asked that question before and never given that answer. And he said it himself before that he wrote a Scream 3 script featuring him as the dude behind bars running the whole thing. Him and Wes Craven have both said they don't consider Stu to be dead. It feels very weird and purposefully misleading that he would suddenly be like, hey, Collider, by the way, Stu's dead. Tell the world. And then run off into the darkness. Seems very, very purposefully misleading. But of course, everybody's like, ha ha, I told you, fucksticks McCree. Stu's dead. Deal with it. And then I said, well, maybe you're the killer, because that cut deep. Who knows? Maybe it's just a fun Easter egg. I'm not going to sit here and say the same way that I don't think people should be like, ha, see, Kevin Williamson slammed the book on it. It's officially official. They've never lied to us. Remember Andrew Garfield? Wait, I object, Your Honor. Why? Because that is devastating to my case. Now, they didn't think they were going to sneak that by anybody. They knew people were going to see this. So it could be a fun Easter egg. It could be a fun red herring. It could mean nothing. But it's the first official pinky in the bum that this franchise has given us in regards to Stu possibly being alive, and I love it. Well, the second technically, because in the first one, you remember on the little YouTube video they were watching, there's a little YouTube video that's like, did Stu Macher survive? Now, let's talk about this for a second. It ties in not only to this cool little poster that they did here, but another little poster they did here. It's Scream time in the city, which just reminds me of the opening to Die Hard with a Vengeance when they're panning through the streets and it's like, hot damn summer in the city, and that building fucking explodes. Or just a nice little holiday poster, and it's got a bunch of ghost face in the city. You got stabbed there at the top, little tree. A lot of normal stuff here, stuff we've seen before. The subway, Blackmore University over there in the corner, New York, new rules. Seen it all before. Just a cute little poster. What the fuck is that, though? Wrongly Accused, the musical. I've not seen anything about that in the Scream lore. I've not seen anything about that in the Scream advertising. Is Cotton Weary still alive? We never saw his dead body. We saw the knife go up because Scream 3 wasn't about to have gore, bitches. No, I'm not going to go that fucking crazy. I know that Stu's enough. That's immediately where my head went, though. I'm like, who's been wrongly... Cotton fucking Weary, man. So no, I'm not gonna go that far. But Wrongly Accused, the musicals, that's a new thing. I haven't seen that. Now, what I've immediately thought of as well is, you remember one of the shots that we got, everyone's walking up and you see like the posters on the wall there and what I thought was like an old abandoned movie theater. But now thinking about it, they're in New York, Broadway. It makes sense that they're in an abandoned like playhouse or whatever. I don't go to plays. I don't. What do you call those fucking things? Stage house venue. I don't know. But a place where plays happen. They could be in a place like that. What if the killer is like, hey, one of these past ghost faces was wrongly accused? And if you want to find out who I am, you're going to have to figure out which one and exonerate them yourselves, or just figure it out, or however when they do this little game. But maybe they're saying one of the Ghostface killers that was killed is in fact innocent. And this could be a relative of that person who's come to make it right. It could be fucking anything. I don't know. How does this all tie back into my Stu theory? Well, it does, John. So before I go any further, just a quick Cliff's Notes on my theory, because I get a lot of comments saying, well, how did this happen? How did this happen? So just a quick Cliff's Notes on it. I think it would be rad. This is not a prediction. This is just a theory. This is something I think would be cool. And this would be a way you could bring back Stu. Because I agree that Stu can't be in prison. Someone would have mentioned him throughout all these movies. Someone would at least been like, what about that Stu guy? You know what I mean? I don't think he can be in prison. I think he faked his death. And here's how I think it happened. I think that he was still alive when they pulled him into the ambulance. But Stu's family clearly has money. Look at that fucking house. And the sheriff always seemed a little bit sketchy to me, right? I mean, they used him as a little bit of a red herring with the boots and shit like that, but he always seemed a little bit sketchy. But maybe he owes his dad money, or he's in a gambling debt, or he's just friends with him. Either way, Stu's still alive, and they know, hey, if we get to the hospital and he's still alive, he's going to jail for the rest of his life because my stupid fucking son fucked up again, right? They decide to fake his death. How do they do that? The kids who left drunk from the party at Stu's house to go see Principal Hembry's body on the goalpost almost hit Dale and Gooey. Gooey and Dale! Fuck! Dale and Dewey! Fuck! Gale and Dewey! Almost hit Gale and Dewey. Got in a wreck on the way there because they were drunk driving. You don't do that shit. Blew up. Fire. Burned to smithereens. Easy way to switch the body, switch the dental records. Bing, bang, boom. Fucking close cast. Stu's dead. He's not really. The family's been hiding him. He's been hiding away, scarred, all fucked up. And he's been running this whole thing ever since. He's been running this cult of Ghostface. I also think that Stu is the one who killed Dewey. Now, obviously, there's been a lot made about Amber's height. And if she was strong enough to do that, to take Dewey down in a fist fight one-on-one and just rip his insides open like that, I think that was actually Stu. I think Stu was controlling Amber. I think Stu was controlling Richie. And Stu was behind this, and he was like, hey, whatever you do not bring me up. But when it came to Dewey, he knew he was going to be there because he always shows up. And he was like, that one's for me. I want to do that one myself. That one's personal to me. So Amber being later on like, yeah, I killed Dewey. A, she was trying to upset Gale and piss her off even worse. B, this is her cult leader. She worships him. So of course she's going to say it was her to keep his identity a secret because he's told them not to reveal himself. So my theory is in the end, that was Stu. Stu's been running this. And I do not believe, by the way, that Stu is going to come back in 6. Originally I thought that was possible, but now as things have gone on, we found out Sydney's not going to be back. I think that Ghostface is going to get away at the end of 6. At least one of the Ghostfaces is going to get away without his identity being shown. And then that's going to bring Sydney back into the fold because all these kids are still dying. And then in 7, Sydney comes back, and then Stu reveals that it was him, and everything comes full circle. So with that being said, maybe the wrongly accused whole idea is attached somehow to that whole thing. Maybe Stu has gathered his call together by convincing family members of the deceased Ghostfaces that they were actually innocent in all of this, and convincing them to avenge their family members against Sydney and all this to complete the work. Who knows? It's fun. It gets the fucking people going. I'm so excited for this new Scream movie. There's so many avenues, literally, for them to go down. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Naysayers? Believers? I respect everybody's opinion. If you don't want Stu to come back, hey, I get it. Just do me a favor. Don't scream at everybody and tell them they're not allowed to want Stu to come back. There's rumors we're going to get a trailer, but it comes from literally just, might as well be a fucking Waffle House cook cooking your eggs going, hey man, my fucking cousin told me Scream 6 trailer's coming out this week, gonna be 2 minutes, 15 seconds long. The average fucking movie trailer's 2 minutes long, so you're not exactly Nostradamus now, are you? And it's, yeah, a Scream trailer can come out anytime now. Let's just wait for it, not go down that road. We just got a teaser. We just got a little So, but yeah, there's rumors going around, but that's not really worth covering. It's because just random ass Instagram accounts. They're like, hey man, I know what's up. Come around this back alley, I'll show you. But you can't wear your pants and put this lipstick on. Anyways, I love your all's fucking faces. Hey, if you like updates on movies like this, if you like horror movie news, updates, script reviews, all that stuff, consider subscribing and click the bell so that YouTube will let you know we exist. I love your fucking faces. I hope you guys have an awesome one. Halloween never ends, suck my fucking dick, and I don't really care what Blumhouse fucking says. Put him in a box or suck a fucking cock. You can say he's dead, but we all know he's not, yeah. So let's go trick-or-treating, let's go fucking drinking, let's all go rent Pumpkinhead on VHS, cause Halloween never